Well, good afternoon, West Ham fans. Hope you are having a nice Sunday after the debacle that was yesterday. We'll probably get into the weeds a little bit more about that in a bit, in another little video later on. But according to ex-WHU employee, he's just revealed that West Ham have reached an agreement to sign Celtic Wonderkid Daniel Cummings with a medical believed to be booked in tomorrow. He reported that the 18-year-old hoop striker, who's averaged a goal a game at youth level, is scheduled in London tomorrow for a medical. Claret and Hugh backed that up as well. They spoke to their senior source in the last few minutes, and they've confirmed that he has now signed a pre-contract agreement. We mentioned before how Nobes was tasked with getting this one over the line, and he has apparently, according to reports, done it. West Ham will pay a small compensation fee, believed around £250 to £300,000. We did try and approach Celtic with a deal to get it early and get him in now rather than necessary in the summer, and a package around £500,000. I think they wanted 750,000. So they've missed out a couple of hundred grand for that. So looks like that's now going to be all confirmed, a pre-contract agreement for the summer. Good signing. Again, it's showing what we're trying to do, not only necessarily in terms of the first team, but looking at bringing in the best young players and bring them through from the academy into the first team. Obviously, Josh Landers, who we signed for Hibernian as well, another Scottish striker. And you would assume for him to sign, considering he has already made a senior debut for Celtic in the Champions League game against Aston Villa, I think it was, that there has, I'd imagine, some sort of pathway, some sort of plan of action in terms of him getting into the first team squad eventually, because that's what I think was one of his major concerns as why he didn't stay at Celtic, was frustrated with the lack of game time he was getting under Brendan Rodgers. So one would assume, as well as obviously getting a nice wage at West Ham, there would be sort of milestones for him to get into the first team. So I imagine there would be some, obviously, some conversations with Graham Potter as well, or his team. But good news, it's great. Obviously, frustrating we can't necessarily see what he's all about until the summer, but obviously pre-season, Potter knows someone like he'll be coming in to the fold as well. And we're going to talk a little bit later on about the midfield, because some news broke from Sean Wheatston, which does back up what we've been saying, really, in terms of this major overhaul, which is going to be happening in the summer. It seems that all departments are going to be overhauled. So we'll talk about the midfield a little bit later on. Anyway, let me know what you think. Much love. Bye-bye.